A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away. Captain Thess is deep in thought while his crew repairs the ship around him, which is unusual for the exiled Gungan, known for his aggressive behavior and brutal act first and ask questions later tactics. He received orders to wait for a cargo ship in this asteroid belt a few days ago. They stayed for a few cycles, but as time passed, he grew impatient, as did his crew. But the vessel finally arrived. It was an older freighter, an ancient craft from the Old Republic era, but he never saw that type of ship move the way it did. More alarming was the signal they scanned before it jumped to hyperspace. Was the signal emanating from the freighter's systems, or something from within its cargo bays? Was the signal really from, well, never mind. No reason to dwell on that now. He knows he needs to talk to the boss. "Start this report," Thess calls out on the bridge of his ship. The ship's tactical droid approaches to give him a full list of everything wrong.
We are repairing several sections of the hull. The navigational and hyperdrive systems are still down. Life support is stable. Communication systems are still offline but should be repaired shortly.
How long? The Gungan demands. How long until we should be ready to leave?
We have several cycles of repairs to make, Captain.
The captain grew more angry. He didn't want to linger in deep space any more than he needed to. He needed to find that crew, the ones who got away. He wants nothing more than to rip each one of them apart with his bare hands. We need to double our efforts. You all gonna feel Misa wrath if you...
Sir, our communication systems are operational. We have received a transmission.
The Gungan paused. From where, sir? He asked.
From the Lorna D, sir.
The Gungan was scared, but not surprised. He looks to the tactical droid. It's ouch time. Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to our podcast for Light and Dice. This has been a lot of fun to make, and we are really thankful for all of y'all that have been listening to us so far. And just in general, all the awesome feedback we've been getting is really awesome. Thank you so much. Just a quick reminder, the players of this game, we have Hope, who plays Gauze, a Gozo. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Jess is playing Lysander, a human. Colton, who's playing IA-1N, a droid. Nathan, who's playing Zero, another droid. And last but not least, Charles, who's playing Win, a grumpy Duros. Let's rejoin them, shall we? So the ship drops out of hyperspace, and you can see the spaceport, which is very small. There are several docking platforms, all of which are empty, so it doesn't look like anybody's docked there right now. And there is a central building that is also small and very long, with several windows that allows you to see in. There is a neon sign glowing above the building, and in Orabesh it reads, Ronto's Pit Stop.
Oh, I love Ronto wraps.
We're here.
Are we on Nalhada already?
No, I just figured this was the closest place I knew of, and it was better to go here than try and go to Nalhada directly.
Well, it's populated, so if there are anybody following us, everybody else has an equal chance to die. So why don't we land and at least take stock with whatever little money we have and see what we need?
As Wynn begins the docking procedures, they add on quickly, though. We don't want anyone following us. Not that anybody can track us through hyperspace. That would be absolutely absurd.
For those of y'all that are, by the way, hyperspace geeks, now is a good time to make a real quick technology roll.
That's a 4.
That's a 7.
Wow. Anybody else?
Oh, yeah, I suppose I can too. That's an 8.
All right. Everything that just happened seemed totally normal to you.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Right. Well, and Jess, you were muted, so I couldn't hear what you said.
Wait,
There you go.
anyone can roll this? Right
Anybody
now?
can roll it, yeah.
Oh, in that case.
Wait, where's my modifier?
I got a 6.
I got a 21.
Wow!
Wow, Lysander. Lysander, you've been deep in thought. The box is obviously causing problems, but there's also something else, a feeling you have that doesn't sit quite right with you. How is it possible that your ship could have been stopped by an asteroid belt? How is it possible that the Nihil knew how to do that? They're just pirates.
Yeah, something isn't clicking here. Something isn't adding up.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Everything makes sense to me. When looks around at the rest of the group.
What are you thinking, baby boy?
Well, I've always heard that everything happens for a reason, and the Force works in mysterious ways. So,
Tiny, I
what
hate
is
to be
it?
the one to tell you this, but the Force that I don't think it works like that.
If anything, our ship works in mysterious ways, and clearly this was one of those mysterious ways, so I think we're fine.
But definitely let us know if you feel that again.
Okay.
That's called Spacer's Gut. You're developing it, and that's a good sign.
Yeah. Now let's go get some Ronto wraps. Who has money?
Yeah, let's go.
When would you like to make a piloting check to dock?
Seriously, who has money? I don't.
I will certainly do so. So now is a good time to ask a mechanics question.
Okay.
On my character sheet, I have a superiority pilot,
Oh.
which states that as long as I have a proficiency in piloting, when I make a piloting check, I can expend a superiority die, rolling the die and adding it to the d20 roll. I can wait until after rolling the d20 before doing so. We must decide before the GM says whether the roll succeeds or fails.
Okay.
So my question is, can I do that every time I have to make a piloting check? Is that only a saving throw? How does that proficiency work exactly?
So it sounds like any d20 roll that relates to piloting, you can add your superiority. Well, what is the superiority die? Is it like a d4, a d6?
That is an excellent question of which I do not know the answer.
If it's similar to inspiration, you would probably start off with at a minimum a d4 that you can add to your roll. Let me see. Folks, important note when you're running a game, you cannot know all the rules. You have to get comfortable with looking stuff up. This is the way it is. So, d6.
A d6. So every time I make a piloting check, then, because I picked superiority specifically in piloting, I can roll a d6 to add to that roll.
Right. Before you give me the total.
That brings me up to a 13.
A 13. You for a brief moment get in a bit too close. Perhaps it's because you're nervous or you're still just in shock from the previous encounter. But you do manage to dock successfully. a Gonk droid with also 2 arm attachments on either side slowly walks up and activates something on a console that allows an attachment to grab onto the ship so that you're docked securely.
See? Wen grumbles at the squonk. That wasn't so hard, was it? That's what teamwork does.
Be nice to her. Let's go get some food. Droids, do you need oil?
She should be nice to me.
No.
Thank you, one in.
So when you deboard the ship and walk into this diner, it is completely empty, except there is someone behind the counter. It is a brown furred Talls. It has a chef's hat on top that doesn't quite fit very well. And as soon as you come in, it looks at you and says,
Oh, thanks. You too.
I just want to note that on the way down, per the previous conversation, Wen would have made sure the ship was locked.
It is locked, and the Gonk droid looks at you and just says, Gonk.
Anyway, back to the Talls.
Zero tips his hat to the Gonk droid.
What did the Tulls say?
The Tall said, welcome. Please take a seat. Our menu is up here. Let me know what you'd like to order.
I will relay that back to everyone who doesn't speak Tulls.
I just want a water.
Again, who has the money? How much money?
Well, the good thing is the menu is quite cheap. A Ronto wrap is only 2 credits.
Didn't we give one in the money the last time we played? I really don't remember who has the money right now.
I am pretty sure that's correct.
Okay.
Lysander pulling out of his little pouch, his pocket, 2 credits. I'd like 1 Ronto wrap.
The Talls fetches it for you and slides it over to you.
I would love 2 Ronto wraps, a side of Felucian fries, and also a little bit of that like blue bantha milk cheese on top. Please, darling. Oh, and you look so great today. Oh.
What the crick? As long as everyone else is doing it, I'll take a Ronto wrap too.
One end, did he compliment me?
He did, yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, what a sweetheart. They're very good cuddlers.
Yeah, so he'll fetch food for you. I'll say total, it's about 6 credits for all the food y'all are ordering.
Wen digs into their pockets and produces a few, clearly have been in there for a while, credit chips.
I'm going to keep one eye, literally, towards the ship at all times, just to make sure, no one goes in, no one comes out. One of those, just keeping an eye on things in general.
So we're going to Nihil next, right?
Yes.
I wouldn't announce that to the whole diner, but yes.
It's not like I yelled it. So, what's the plan? Are we just gonna wing it like last time? Because that didn't go well because we almost killed a Gungan.
As captain,
Then a
I
Gungan almost
suggest
killed us.
we go to Nihil.
You're such a sweetheart. Or we'll have to get you another hat.
Is it normal for captains to wear 2 hats?
Only the really special captains.
Yes, on top of each other. As many hats as you can get. It means you're more important with the more hats you have.
I am more important.
Yeah, one end doesn't have a hat.
Exactly. That's why I'm the captain.
My hat is metaphorical.
But really, like last time it didn't go very well, and we didn't communicate and sort of gave all of our names, so maybe we should have a plan this time?
I'll approach the talls and say, how much for your hat?
He says, this hat's not for sale.
That hat is not for sale.
Oh. Okay. And Zero will just kind of slouch very sadly and walk out of the diner.
As
Oh,
as much as I hate to say it, Gaz is right. We only survived the Nile because of working together. And when we were on Coruscant, we did not have a good idea of what we were all doing.
so I guess what's all of our skills? What can we all do?
Clearly
Also,
not
where did-
negotiating.
Where did Zero go?
Yeah, they just walked out.
Where is he going?
Back to the ship, one would assume.
Is he moping? Or is
Probably.
are they moping?
Can droids mope?
Yes.
Yeah, they look like they are. Yeah. Oh.
DM, I would like to, I don't know, like make an investigation check or just kind of like look around, see if I can see anyone approaching, maybe tune my audio receptors to see if I can pick up any strange noises from around, just kind of get the vibe of the outside of this establishment.
Awesome. Can you make a investigation roll?
I can. Let me.
Or I'll allow investigation or technology.
It's the same modifier. Natural 20.
Wow. Okay. What's the total?
21.
All right. This place is dead. There's no one else around. The only moving thing is the Gonk droid, but it's just staying still near the ship, just kind of waiting to probably release the hold from the dock whenever you're ready. But you are detecting a signal from within the ship.
I think Zero will try to assert their captainly authority and try to do this themselves and not inform the rest of the crew and go investigate the ship.
When you wander back into the ship, the signal is coming from the box.
Okay. I bend down and pick up the box. Let me see. I don't think I have any sort of scanning equipment, but I guess I don't know. I think similar to the hyperdrive, I just kind of go hello at the box.
It gyrates just a little bit. You can hear a slimy, oozy sound kind of moving from within the box.
And I'm still getting a signal from it.
Yeah.
Zero thinks that this is a good time for some experimentation. And will use my at-will tech casting ability to electrocute the box. I have the ability is electroshock. It is at will. It is instantaneous. It says lightning springs from you to deliver a shock to a creature you try to touch. Make a melee tech attack against the target. You have advantage on the attack roll if the target is made of metal or wearing armor made of metal. On a hit, the target takes a d8 of lightning damage and becomes shocked until the start of its next turn.
All right. Well, make an attack first. You do have advantage, and I'll give you a +2 to that roll because you would technically have double advantage since the box can't move out of the way.
So +2 on top of my modifier?
Right.
Okay, cool.
Double advantage.
Okay, so that is a 10. Wait, double advantage. Did you want me to roll 3 times or
No,
add
just
2 to the
yeah, just add a
modifier?
+2 to whatever the highest D20 roll is.
All right, so that is I have a 10 on the die and I have a +3 tech attack, so with the +2 that'd be 15.
Yeah.
total.
So roll damage, which is going to be 1d8 according to the power.
I can find my d8s. Here we go. 2.
2. You electrify the box, and the signal immediately drops. The lid also pops open.
Shit. Okay, so what do I see in this magic box?
Looking into the box, you see like a horde of these small, tiny, leech-looking creatures. They have gold glitter dazzling on top of their bodies, and little tiny eyes. They're all just like swimming around each other.
Can I like roll nature or something to see if I can identify what these are? I suppose I don't have any memories, so
Well, you have you have basic data, so you can make a lore roll.
a lore roll. Okay. Where's my lore? +1. Okay. That is a 12.
These are known to you as Shirelian tubes.
Shirelian toques?
Yes.
Okay. What is a Shirelian toque?
They are very small, leech-like creatures. Now, you've never seen ones like these. These are particularly, I mean, by comparison, not very nice-looking ones. They are creatures that are typically used by different alien species to represent wigs or accessories for their outfits.
Interesting.
You've never seen ones like these before. The gold glitter effect on them is different.
Okay. And they're not giving off a signal anymore?
There is no signal coming from the box. You would guess that the signal actually came from the box itself.
Oh. Okay. Zero will shut the box and put it exactly where they found it and go back outside of the ship and stand very nonchalantly, their poncho blowing in the wind, looking very much like Clint Eastwood with their hat and their poncho, and just looking like a stoic cowboy.
Awesome. The rest of y'all in the diner, you have eaten your food. The tall refills your drinks.
So, to be clear, because we're all on the same page now, the goal is to get in, hand the box off, don't cause any more trouble, don't accept any murder jobs by accident, get out so we can get to the next, less weird job.
Right. I have a rifle. I am a decent shot. I'm not great. So that's about as much as I can do.
We're gonna let Tiny here do a sizable amount of negotiating if needed, or we'll let Gauze do it.
Me? I got us in trouble last time.
As a backup.
Okay.
If Tiny flubs some diplomacy, that's when Gauze or possibly me or one in will step in.
All right. That's true. Baby boy does look more like nice and fancy than the rest of us.
Thank you.
And you have a blaster, right?
Yeah.
You know how to use it?
Sure.
That's not reassuring. Well, if worst comes to worst, one end can just start playing music and as a distraction, and it'll be fine. Just have a tiny concert while the rest of us run away.
Yes.
Name of the game in a crisis is Get Out. We can get out and back to the Squonk. We'll be fine. One in as captain. And you can just hear the air quotes when Wynn says that. Do you find this an acceptable series of strategies?
I do, yes.
We should
I
also
thought
check.
Zero was captain.
I was about to say we should actually check with our other captain as well to make sure they're on board as too.
Wynn just kind of waves their hand dismissively in that direction.
Well, at least they're back outside the ship and just kind of standing there. Should we try and get them a hat? They seem sad.
Let me talk to the tall. Like, excuse me? Hey, you wouldn't happen to have any extra hats, would you, that we could maybe buy off of you?
The tall says, what kind of hats?
What kind of hats?
Maybe one like you're wearing. Our friend seemed like he wanted one like yours.
The tall says, is he a chef?
Sure, they're a chef.
The tall shrugs and walks to the back where the kitchen is, you assume?
Do they have like Burger King paper crowns?
Yeah.
And he comes to the back, and it's not a crown. It's more like a band with a bunch of like sparkly designs on the outside. It looks like something that they probably use for kids' parties and stuff. And he gives it over to you.
Oh, thank you.
It's not much, but it's something.
This will do nicely. Thanks so much.
You're so wonderful. Thank you for serving us today. Yeah, back at you. Let's go.
Okay, and on that note, we should leave. We should go.
Zero, we got you another hat.
Another hat for our captain!
Oh, wonderful. I've just been having a rousing discussion with this here droid. They said Gonk,
Gonk.
and also Gonk.
Oh, well, did anything exciting happen while we were eating?
No.
I'm gonna go check on Jerry, make sure that whatever it is doing okay.
I'm sure it's fine.
We should check on it anyway.
Sure, yeah. Let's look at this hat.
Do any of us find that suspicious?
Yeah, so I generally don't allow the social skills to be used between PCs. I do think it's fair to say he's acting suspicious, though. Or they're acting suspicious.
You okay, Zero?
I am perfectly fine.
Is there anything you would like to tell us right now?
I'm very excited about the hat, and I have enjoyed the company of my new friend, Gonk.
Gonk.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check on Jerry.
Zero grabs the hat and stacks it. Do I look more like a captain now?
Oh, definitely.
Oh, honey, you're gorgeous. So captainly.
I'm just gonna go start the ship.
Yeah.
Excellent. Good initiative. Top marks from your captain.
Gonk.
If it were possible for Duros to roll their eyes, Wynn would perform that action on the way up the boarding ramp.
But they can't.
I just imagined them just like throwing their head back, like, ugh.
Yeah, you have to like accentuate the neck move. Yeah, I love that.
So,
Zero will bend down to the Gonk droid and say, "Would you like to come with us?"
Gonk.
I'll take that as a yes. And Zero will pick up the Gonk droid and turn around and walk back on the ship.
All right.
That's stealing.
Zero,
Yep.
please put our new friend down.
They said they wanted to come with us.
I don't believe you.
They said Gonk, and I assume that's what that means.
Gonk.
See?
What did that gonk translate as?
It just says Gonk.
Okay.
As captain, I am making an executive decision that this here droid, Gonk, is a part of the crew and a part of the ship. So here we go. And Zero will just keep walking and set Gonk down inside the ship.
Well,
As super captain, I would like to make a super executive decision and say we should leave the gonk droid where we found it.
I mean, we really do need furniture. Worst comes to worst, it's gonna be a table.
I like
That
that.
is highly offensive.
I like that Gonk rhymes with squonk. So I say we keep Gonk.
Lysander
Gonk.
gets it.
The Gonk and the Swank.
We are not kidnapping a gonk droid.
They want to come. They volunteered. They said Gonk.
Wynn wanders back out of the cockpit, massaging their giant Duros temples. So what? We're engaging in light kidnapping.
Is it really kidnapping if it's a droid?
Yes.
Do you think that Tall's down there knows how to do proper docking procedures? That guy's a chef. If you take away his droid, you're probably gonna make it so that ships can't get proper docking here.
Well, I
We may want the droid, but I feel like the Talls probably needs the droid.
I
That-
think we should ask Gonk.
Gonk.
Does it have some sort of restraining bolts? Because at least that means it would belong to somebody.
No, he doesn't have any restraining bolts on him.
All right.
Alternatively, he just wanted to be there.
Just be like the alley cat Gonk droid. Just lives in there.
You could be stealing that Talls' only friend on this desolate rock.
Well, let's just look at Gonk. Hi, Gonk. How you doing?
Gonk.
Okay. Let's see if does it have any. Does Gonk have any like markings on it? I barcodes. I don't know how you can tell it belongs to somebody. Does it have anything that might think that it might belong to someone?
No, there's no markings on it whatsoever. No insignias. It's a very basic looking droid.
Would one end be able to like plug into the Gonk and see if the Gonk belongs to someone?
Possibly.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Gonks are like walking batteries, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, DM, I do that.
Yeah, you interface with the Gonk droid. This Gonk droid belonged to a freighter and left it behind.
Gonk got abandoned?
What does the gonk want to do?
The Gonk isn't even sure what's happening right now, but it doesn't care. It doesn't care one way or the other.
We can't just leave the Gonk. They got abandoned.
Yeah, don't throw out our free table win. Have a heart. We need furniture. Win.
One
win,
in.
Win.
One in. Can you just ask the Talls if the Gonk belongs to them? And if not, we can take the Gonk with us.
Nicely.
Yes.
Ask nicely.
Ask
will be-
nicely.
Right back.
Flirt with
Use-
him.
Use your super captain's diplomacy skills.
Understood. And
Oh no!
I'll head back out to the tulls. If you all leave, I will be playing the Gonk droid. That is a threat.
Yeah, you walk back in, and it looks like the Talls, it has some kind of centerfold kind of page opened up, and he's looking at another picture of a Talls. As soon as you come in, he immediately folds it up incorrectly and like just shoves it off to the side, and he says, "How can I help you?"
One, do not worry. I do not care that you are viewing pornography. Secondly, secondly, my crewmates have found that they would like to purchase the Gonk droid outside. Is that amenable, or do you require its services?
I have had that droid around for a few weeks, and quite frankly wouldn't mind if you take it. It doesn't usually appropriately fasten the ships to the dock part.
Understood. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your day.
Well, thank you for asking. Here's some extra Rontos.
Oh, I don't need those. Thank you, though. And I don't eat, you see. Have a wonderful day, and I'll float out. And on my way back, I'm going to inspect the ship docking clamps and make sure, we aren't in for a catastrophe if the Gonk droid it doesn't know how to do this sort of thing.
This time it seems correct. I mean, it's not the best work, but it's certainly doable. It needs to be undone.
Can we do that remotely?
Yes, you can.
Oh, okay, fantastic. Then I don't have to perform a noble self-sacrifice. I'll float on the ship, and the Gonk droid is coming with us.
Yay!
Congratulations, Wynn says to the Gonk droid. You are now at table.
We're going to decorate you?
This seems so rude to this poor Gonk. Gonk, welcome to the Phantasmal Squonk.
Gonk.
Yeah!
Wynn, be aware that we need to remotely deactivate the docking clamps, as there's no longer someone down there to do so.
Got it. I'll take care of it. And they walk back off towards the cockpit to resume pre-flight checks.
I'm gonna go check on Jerry.
Zero will bend down to the Gonk droid, take off the paper hat from on top of their cowboy hat, and put it on the Gonk droid and say, "Gonk, I name you first mate."
Oh! Yay!
Gonk.
Gonk indeed.
So when I get to the cargo bay, does anything look weird with the box?
Make an investigation roll.
Oh, what is investigation? That is +1. I'm gonna change up my dice because I've not been rolling well today. It's a 9?
No, the box looks perfectly normal to you.
All right. So I just kind of squat down and rub the top. Jerry, are you still okay in there?
And you hear more of the gross, slimy noises from within the box.
Nice. Yeah. All right. And she takes out like a little bit of a canteen flask from her pocket and just kind of like pours it on top so it kind of goes into the air holes a little bit to try and give it water.
Okay.
Make sure it's alive.
Yeah, it makes more of gross, squishy noises. That's about it.
Uh-oh. Comes out, Jerry's great!
Terrific.
All right. Win, can you make a pilot check to successfully leave?
Oh, I'm not even going to bother rolling the superiority dice. That's a 19.
All right. You successfully de-dock and make the jump to hyperspace to now Hutta. Dun dun dun.
Woo!
Well, everybody, that is how you get a gonk in a squonk. Thank you all so much for listening to our show for Light and Dice. We really appreciate it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our podcast via your favorite podcast platform. And also, please leave us a review. We would really appreciate it. And last but not least, tell all your friends about us. Until next time, and may the Force be with you.